Hello everybody, MilPro Akron again. I wanted to talk about a couple of things today. I know this is only the second video I've done since I've been home, so hopefully I'll get back into the swing of things and put a few more of them out. I do have a lot to say, a lot of things I'd like to talk about, but there are a couple of things today that I specifically wanted to address. And if you've watched my other videos, you've seen this pistol before, this handgun. It's the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard, the 638 Bodyguard. This is the airweight frame, and it has the shrouded hammer, of course, but there's a nub there that you can pull. You can still use it in single action mode if you'd like, but it's a double action pistol, and here, it's unloaded for all you safety gurus. This, dry firing. This particular pistol is really nice pistol. I shoot it quite a lot, and I carry it quite a lot. But since I got home, I decided that I was going to go shopping and buy a new pistol. So what did I see when I arrived at my favorite gun store? But a new version of the Bodyguard pistol by Smith & Wesson. It's a polymer. It's the new Bodyguard. It's a polymer frame. Has a stainless barrel. It has no hammer. Instead, at the top, it has the lever that you press to eject the cylinder, and that is located up here where this nub is, but there's absolutely no access to the hammer. It's an internal hammer, but it does have it has a neat little laser on the top. You push the button and the laser comes on, and push it again and it flickers, and push it again and it goes off. It has a really nice grip on the back of it that's very comfortable. It's different than these, and different than the other smaller, more concealable revolvers that you can find. But the reason why I'm not showing it to you is because of one little problem that I found. I didn't buy one. It was on sale even. I didn't buy it. The reason being, when I go look at a new pistol, especially a revolver, I have to dry fire it to see the operation of the pistol, see how it works, make sure everything feels smooth. The new Bodyguard had a very smooth trigger pull on it, but you saw what I did there. You can't do that with the new Bodyguard. When I picked it up and started squeezing the trigger, it was nice, but being a combat shooter like I am, I train for those types of scenarios. I'm not a target shooter or a professional competition shooter. I train for self-defense shooting. Well, I pulled the trigger and it jammed. Yes, a revolver jammed. The trigger wouldn't reset, wouldn't come back into its position. I had to play with the cylinder to get it to pop back out. So I did it again, pulling the trigger quickly, rapid fire like you would in a self-defense situation. The next time, the cylinder didn't rotate all the way, and the gun jammed up again. So, thinking, okay, it's a new pistol, it's fresh out of the box, let's try this again. And it jammed. So, I talked to the guy behind the counter, and he went and got one, brand new, off the shelf, in stock, took it out of the box, and I did the same thing. And it jammed. A revolver that jams. Now, a lot of people will tell you that a revolver is one of your best choices for a self-defense gun because they don't jam. Well, apparently, the Smith & Wesson Polymer Bodyguard does. I'll explain to you why. In most of your revolvers, your double-action revolvers, almost all of them actually, there's a small arm. There's a lever inside here. When you squeeze the trigger, it pushes up and rotates the cylinder. Same thing happens when you cock the hammer. Okay, well, on the new Bodyguard, they decided that they would develop a new system. Instead of using this lever, there's another little, just like you have little cogs here, like a little gear that it grabs and rotates. It has another one here that matches up with that one. When you squeeze the trigger, it pushes forward, turns, and then comes back. Seems like a brilliant idea, right? Well, apparently it doesn't work very well. If those cogs don't match up perfectly, it's not going to grab, it's not going to rotate the cylinder. And apparently it jams up the trigger too. So try doing that with the new Bodyguard. about 1 out of every 10 trigger pulls, it's going to not work. For me, in a self-defense gun, a concealed carry gun, that's a no-no. So I'm not going to buy one, and I don't recommend you do either. I will be sending some notice to Smith & Wesson about this flaw that I found in their design. And it wasn't just the one pistol. We tried 4 of them, and all 4 of them reacted the same way to rapid fire. So just a warning out there, if you bought one, try it at the range. If yours malfunctions like that, take it back immediately. If you haven't purchased one yet, I don't recommend it. It's a very light gun. It's very easily concealable. It feels like a nice little pistol, but unfortunately, if it's going to jam, if a revolver is going to jam ever, that's a bad deal. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is ta-da! Soldier of Fortune magazine. Because in my time in Afghanistan, I read a lot of media reports about what was going on there. Most of them were wrong, weren't factual, or were misleading, or they were just giving you the information that was put out by ISAF or the Pentagon. We weren't getting the actual on-the-ground story. So what I found while I was gone, this is the only magazine that actually told the story from the perspective of the soldier. You can think what you want about Soldier of Fortune magazine, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know. The magazine's been around longer than most of you have. I've been reading it basically for the last 30 years. But they also have the guy who wrote this story, Abandoned Allies. It's not the title of the story in the magazine, it's just what's on the cover. His name is Ross Elder, and he's a new columnist with Soldier of Fortune magazine. And he was there, and he knows what he's talking about, and you should check it out. He's also on Facebook. You can look up Ross Elder on Facebook. You might discover that it could be someone you know. So, until next time, this is MilPro Akron saying train safe, train hard,